What's up, everybody? Do you find yourself filled with anxiety and worry this time of your year? Is your mind going a million miles a minute? Can you just not get any freedom of thought? And you're stressed and it's all too much right now? Well, you are in luck, because in today's quick fix, Danny and I are going to be talking about how to stop worrying. This is the Existential Stoic podcast, episode 116. I'm Randy. That's my buddy Danny. How's it going, Danny?
How's it going, Randy?
Oh, it is great.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had some worries in my life from time to time, and I think we have some great hints for how to stop worrying.
Yeah, I think it's really too common right now too. The new year coming up, the feeling that pressure too of starting again or wanting to be where you want to be, and all. There's a lot of stresses right now. It's crazy.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you said stresses and I said worries, because a lot of people, I've read a few books on anxiety, stress, worrying, and really most of the things that we consider stress is just worry, and worry can be handled pretty well. And actually, if you guys hang around till the end of the episode, I will share a couple really good books with you on how to deal with worry. I know.
Ooh,
you
nice.
See how I just incentivized everybody to listen to the whole episode?
I like that. That's a good incentive too. Very nice.
All right. So this episode, we're just going to do 3 quick fixes each. Nice short episode for you guys, and hopefully you'll get something out of it. So since I introduced the episode, I'll go ahead and start. My first tip for how to stop worrying is keep busy. You see, the idle hands are the devil's plaything, and the same thing with the idle mind. If you're not doing anything, you're going to have a lot of time to think. And we're one of the most stressed out generations because we have the most free time available. People are just sitting around the house, not doing anything. Get busy, get active, get your hands involved, get your mind involved, meet new people, all that stuff. Keep busy, because if you think back in your life, and I know this is true for me, every time I was depressed or stressed or any of that stuff, I wasn't busy. But when I was busy and when I was into what I was doing, I didn't have time for worry. I didn't have time for depression or stress or any of that, because I was so busy doing these things. So get busy.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really good one though. And it's totally true. If you're just busy, you don't give yourself time to think. And then, I think once you are busy for a while and you get to that point, then you can stop and think when you get rid of all the stuff. But if you're stressed out and worried, just get busy. It really does help. Be active. I like that. And goes nicely with, I think, my first one too, which is focus on the small things too. The small little things each day. I think forget about the big stuff. I think it's what we usually worry about. Because, we usually I know, for example, I know my own life, student loan debt is always stressful, right? Especially when you focus on the whole number, instead of looking at how can I pay a little bit extra each month, or how can I do this, or how can I just address them for now so I can get through and then deal with them when I'm able to, whatever your solution is. If you focus on actually the small part of it, you can get it done and not worry about it anymore.
Yeah, it's like that book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff.
Yeah.
And especially don't sweat the big stuff, but the small stuff, because it's a bunch of
book titles are really good for that, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. You don't even need to read the book. it's all just filler.
400 pages of filler.
Well, going along with kind of don't sweat the small stuff, focus on the small stuff, not the big stuff, is my next one, which is take one day at a time. So basically block in your day. All you have to do is get through this day. The times when I've been most stressed in my life were not about what I was actually doing that day. It was about some big thing that I had that, would take weeks, months, years to complete, but I was just blowing it out of proportion and not just focusing on the day. And every time I've come back to just focusing on today. And I know sometimes it's going to be hard because you think this is really important. I have to focus on this other thing. And you can, but really just focusing on doing what you can do today. And if you do all you can do today, well, then you've already won today, and just keep stacking that on top of each other. And before you know it, you'll get where you want to be.
No, it's a good one too. And I like that. I think you mentioned it to me too before, is just focusing on either just the day or just what you're doing for the next hour, and getting through that. Because you can always break it down in smaller increments and it's bearable. You can get through it. And then you start feeling better and better because you're actually doing something.
Well, that's the thing. No matter how tough it is, you can always get through that next little thing. You can always get through this next activity or this next hour or this next day, whatever it is. You can always get through there. And then once you're through there, you're going to be in a different mind space. So like evaluate it again tomorrow. But for today, just get through today and do the best you can. That's all.
Yeah, I like that one. I was like mind spot. I'm gonna start saying that. So my next one is, ask what's in your control and focus on that. I think this is important. So the economy of control. We talked about this in the episode on Epictetus. And I think it's, this is probably one of the best things to do is just look at, what can I actually do? What can I actually change right now? What can I actually do right in this moment that's, something I have control over, and just let the other stuff go that you have no control over, because frankly, that's often what we worry about and we have no way to sort of influence it. So it doesn't matter in the end of the day.
Yeah. And I mean, that's such a great one, because if you look at it, our lives are basically wrapped around stuff not in our control. People watch the news for hours a day, all of that stuff completely out of your control. People look at lifestyle porn on Instagram and on Facebook all day, and all that stuff is out of your control. And we get all worried about this stuff that's totally out of our control. And really, we lose focus on the stuff that's actually in our control. So take back what's in your control.
Yeah.
Which brings me to, I just wanted to say lifestyle porn, because I just learned that word the other day, and it's so
That's a
true.
good one. I like that.
It's so
Dude,
true.
there's so many. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. Yep. It really is. Like,
yeah. So the last one that I have for how to stop worrying is focus on how you can please or help someone every day. So a lot of the time we're focused worrying about ourselves, and we're not thinking about the other people. And really, once we start thinking about other people and how we can help them, how we can improve their day, how we can make their lives better, all of a sudden we stop worrying about our life. We realize how awesome our life already is. And then we can just focus on giving to others.
I like that too, because it gets you out of your head. It gets you out of your own worries, your own head, and gets you looking at other things, which is a great way also to kind of like help sort of deal with these worries and stresses we have. Works nicely too with my last one, which is just breathe and get perspective. I think sometimes it's the simple things work really well. Sometimes just doing breathing exercises, giving yourself a break, going out, taking a walk, getting away from wherever the space you're in that's worrying, gives you perspective, allows you to sort of think differently and, get through it and make those changes that'll help. Yeah.
Absolutely. That is a great one, a great way to wrap it up. So there you have it. 6 quick tips for how to stop worrying. Ooh. And if you're one of those special people who hung around until the end, there are 2 awesome books I would recommend for all of you guys who do worry, have anxiety, maybe even panic attacks or whatever it may be. The first book is a newer book called Dare, D-A-R-E, by Barry McDonough, Joe Barry. Something like that. And but it's a great book. Aside from me butchering the name, it's a great book on dealing with anxiety, panic attacks, worry, all that stuff. And the second book is a classic that actually, it's not even his most famous book. Dale Carnegie's book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, I would say is arguably much better than How to Win Friends and Influence People, his most famous book. So I would say go out and read that book, because there are so many tips in that book as well. And that is pretty much it. Anything else you wanted to add today, Danny?
No, I'm going to have to check out that second book, though, because the first one is really good. I can definitely speak to that. Very well written, too.
Yeah. Which one? Dare or
Dare? Yeah, Dare.
Yeah,
Dare.
I know. Incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
It instantly stops.
Yeah.
Dude, it instantly short circuits any anxiety, any panic, anything like that. So it's an awesome book you should all check out. Anyways, thank you all for joining us for the Existential Stoic podcast today. Make sure to check us out on YouTube and also all in the podcast services. Subscribe, share, interact, all that fun stuff. And, hopefully you got something out of this. Thanks for listening. I'm Randy. That's Danny. And we'll see y'all next time. Later, Danny.
Later, Randy.